You are now listening to UCereal. Right now, pretend the music's playing. Right? And then we'll.
You're now listening to UCereal.
Yep, it's UCereal with my good old buddy old pals Jake and Danny.
Yeah,
And
we're
you guys,
we're here.
you guys grown up so much. Holy shit. You know?
Hell yeah.
I'm looking
Daniel's
at a
got a
fucking
beard.
timeline right now. Daniel's got a fucking beard.
I've got a
Y'all
pedophile
got.
stash for growing up.
You got
I'm in the
fucking.
dorm.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. I feel like yesterday you guys were like,
I got a
we were
patchy
in
OT.
Florida, and fucking Jake's walking through the door, and you guys all grown up.
Let's take a second here to introduce ourselves. Let's each say our name, our age, our connection to one another, a fun fact, and our favorite color.
That's a lot.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
down
easy.
with
You
that.
go first.
What was the first question?
So I'll go first. How about that?
All right.
So
Yeah,
my
you go
name's
first.
Jacob Randall
Pretty good.
Little, but you can call me Jake. I'm 19 years old. I met Daniel on a lovely Minecraft server entitled Got PvP. We became good friends and partners in crime and took over prison. Eventually, we discovered we lived in the same state, and I met the wonderful Daniel in person and his beautiful boyfriend Ezekiel. I mean, his sister's boyfriend.
I was like,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've been dating for a long time.
My favorite color is blue, and a fun fact about me is I want to die. No, I like cereal. Speaking of cereal, do you guys have your cereal? Daniel doesn't. I know he doesn't. Oh, look at that guy. I got mine. I'm ready to pour it.
I'm ready to pour. I don't have
You want to know
milk.
one thing? I didn't bring cereal.
You son of a gun.
I do have cereal though. I can get it downstairs. But okay, Dan, you want to go next or?
Yeah, Daniel really doesn't have to share his relation because
Yeah,
he's
you
kind of he's
We're
the
all
hub between
it's
the
all
triangle.
intertwined.
Yeah. My name's Daniel. My favorite color, have the yellow maybe. Big fan of yellow. Why are you laughing at that?
This fucking
Dude, you're eating a blob.
dude, you couldn't fucking wait. Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyways,
I'm hungo.
that's pretty. A fun fact about me is, I don't know. I can make churros.
Mm.
Yes, he is a good churro maker.
I have had your churro before, and it's very delightful and satisfying.
Makes them big and long. Anyways, so my name's Ezekiel Rosales, aka Zeke, aka Easy, Lemon Squeezy, whatever you want to call me. I'm 24 years old. I'm the oldest of this fucking amazing group of people. I'm the wisdom of the group sometimes. Uh, and one interesting thing is that I love cooking, but I've never ever like thought of it. It's like a hobby, but I'm actually good at it. And a lot of people have said that I should like do something with it, like you know. But yeah, I don't feel the need to. I just see it as a hobby. But yeah, I'm good at cooking. So
I want to circle back. I didn't take my fun fact serious enough, and you guys had really good ones. My fun fact is I'm in a wheelchair, but I also have a six pack. So
yeah, you're fucking
yeah.
ripped, dude. Fucking ripped. You should fucking do like a join like a
Calvin
fucking
Klein
yeah.
modeling.
Fuck yeah.
Underwear.
Hit
You
me up,
model
Calvin.
wheelchairs, dude. The fuck.
He's done that.
He has modeled, right? You
I
modeled.
have one time. I will start
That's
with the
another
story.
interesting fact. There you go.
Yeah, professional model. My mom's friends' kids were big in the modeling. They tried to get gigs for a while, never were successful. They heard about a gig needing a kid in a wheelchair, sent it my way to my mom. My mom submitted my pictures without asking. One morning, she wakes me up and she's like, "Hey, you got a modeling gig. It's gonna take like an hour, and they give you $500. You down?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Holy fuck.
And fun fact, this wasn't planned, but I made the cover of the magazine. That wasn't supposed to happen.
That's fucking crazy.
I never got the magazine though. I have a picture of it though.
You have a picture of it.
I
Should've
think you
gotten
sent
it.
us some pictures of how it
Yeah,
went.
you're in a bus or something, right?
Yeah, here it is.
A bus. Hey, look at you.
Cutie,
Transportation
What
news.
a
cutie,
stud, bro.
cutie. Oh yeah.
Holy fuck.
What cereal are you eating, Jake?
I've got some Cheerios here. They're my childhood favorite. I was fed these as a baby. Like when you're in a high chair and your mom like dumps some Cheerios on your tray. Like, shut up, kid, eat some Cheerios. So I've had a love for Cheerios for a while. And they even have
Cheers are
even
good.
some of the Cheerios. They're little hearts.
Oh,
'Cause I
there
love
you
you guys.
go.
It's a special day.
Fucking special edition.
Special edition for a special day.
Specific to the podcast. Let's talk about our favorite cereal actually. Like, what's your go-to cereal?
Mine's Cheerios. Like
100%?
they're.
Thanks, Jake. Just shared that.
I know. Well,
but
I. Yeah.
mine's probably Captain Crunch. I just didn't
Really?
get it. Yeah, I like Captain Crunch a lot.
That shit
But
like
like,
cuts the roof of my mouth. Like it
no,
literally
kind of
shanks my
hurt.
tongue. It's fucking disgusting. Like
No, but I love how
I'll like by the time I'm done with the bowl, like my fucking mouth's bleeding. It's insane.
it sucks.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like I don't know. I'm not a big cereal guy, but as a kid, I've always liked the fruity pebbles. But then
I like Coke.
when I grew older, like I started liking Cheerios, like appreciating that, and like the oats, like the oat. What is the fucking?
I mean, bunches of oats.
Yeah,
I like those.
yeah.
Those are really
Those are dank. I can eat that all day. But
funny.
yeah. So yeah, my favorite cereal. Okay, so I
We got
guess
a lot of talking points to cover.
yeah, we do have a lot of talking points to cover. I don't know if you guys
Daniel,
want to go first
Yeah,
or
Daniel, how about this? Pick a number between 1 and 6. Go.
sick.
3, 6. All right,
Yeah.
that would be talking point number 6. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. We only have 5. 1 through 5.
3,
What?
3.
Okay, 3. That would be crypto news. So that's the easiest point. You want to guide us in this journey of crypto news, easy?
Yeah. So crypto's been one of the biggest topics, you know, this decade for the most part. I mean, you get Bitcoin was a huge thing back in 2011 or 12 or no, it was like 15 or something. Then you have all these other ones, Ethereum, you
Ethereum. I
got
mine Ethereum.
you got Numerai, you got Dogecoin. There's all these different types of cryptos that are coming out, and it's just flooding the markets. First time investors, retail investors, everyone across the board who aren't financial analysts and these huge economic analysts are flooding the markets with these huge cryptocurrencies. And I read an article, I think it 2 days ago, that Bitcoin could boom again, 430%. A lot of analysts are saying, and this is coming from Yahoo Finance.
Hmm.
But they're also saying Ethereum might steal its thunder because a
Yeah.
lot of people have been mining Ethereum.
And Ethereum's really behind compared to Bitcoin. Like
Yeah,
usually, like I don't know. Usually they like maintain kind of a gap together, but now like Bitcoin just boomed and Ethereum kind of just boomed. So people are
yeah.
kind of hoping Ethereum will boom more.
And you know what's crazy? It's the reason why it's booming is because of the influx of
Big
the
companies.
money from people investing their U.S. COVID relief money into the cryptocurrency market. So it's crazy.
Well, it's
Uh,
also from what's it called? Big companies. Like you,
Yeah, a lot of companies are using it for transactions. A lot of
yeah,
uh, a lot of companies are using it to, you know, make transactions,
Bitcoin.
purchases, things like that. It's crazy how like in December 2020 though, it was like $28,000, and then not even like 2 months later, it just goes to the moon to 58,000.
Pretty
It's
much.
insane. And you think about it, like a year ago, it was like $1,000, $5,000. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy to me to think that something so like out there, like out the box, like people when you talked about cryptocurrencies back in 2015, I don't think anybody would look at you with a straight face. They would just laugh at you. And now it's like one of the biggest things in the market. Like it's crazy. But yeah, that's kind of just what I wanted to bring up was that there's still speculations that this stuff's gonna go up. It's just gonna, and I don't even know what, like, if there's even a bubble or if like I don't know what's gonna happen. There's definitely gonna be, it's definitely gonna hit its peak at some point, and then there's just gonna be people losing money. So, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, personally, I'm not really into investing in cryptocurrencies right now. I mean, when I'm older, when I got my paycheck and stuff, I want to dabble in the S&P 500 and that stuff. But I'm a little too
Wait.
stubborn, impatient, and impulsive to gamble in the
It's
cryptocurrency
yeah.
world. I don't
That's
think
the
it's for me.
funniest
I know,
thing.
and I'm lucky. I know I'm gonna lose either way. I'm not, but Daniel's been pretty kind of killing it with between his mining and
Yeah.
uh, and I know it's not cryptocurrency, but you kind of killed it with the whole GameStop AMC stock.
No, AMC I lost on.
The whole
GameStop, I
games.
great.
You should share that story. How you killed it with GameStop.
I think everybody pretty much knows what happened with GameStop, but I just timed it like really perfectly, and I had $80 I started with, and I bought in like I don't know, it had gone up to like $40 one day, so I bought in, and then from like there it just exploded even more, and then it hit like a high of 150, and I sold at like 130, and then it plummeted back down, and then I rebought in at like 60, and then I just kept YOLOing all the money. And,
So what was your profit and loss? What were your
I ended with my GameStop stuff at $650
nice?
from 80, so that's a big percent increase.
That's like what, I want to
100,
say
something
like
like that.
500, 600% or something. I don't know. Um, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. But I think it's trash though how like the like Robinhood and a lot of other trading platforms, like they they
Halted.
refuse to sell any shares to retail investors because there was an investigation going on, and it's like it's a literal crap shoot because you have analysts that do this behind the scenes and bid large numbers that, like, they manipulate the markets all the time. It's not like,
Mm-hmm.
Wall Street has done it before for ages, but now ever since the people like, retail investors have control of the markets nowadays with all the influences coming from different industries, and especially within our climate, you really get to see how the tables turn. And then when you see these huge investors be like, whoa, 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 hold on, you guys have control now? Nah, nah, nah. And then they just fucking screw the people in the end, like always. But that's good. I like seeing people making money. Right now I'm in like I have like at least 100,000 shares of Dogecoin because like I'm just fucking going all in. I'm just waiting on I'm waiting on fucking what's it called, Elon Musk to just just
Be a
tweet one
hero.
more time about Dogecoin, and then we're off to the races. But yeah, I've already made like a couple $100 in Dogecoin. I
Hmm.
also have some other. Um, I didn't invest in GameStop or AMC,
GameStop.
but I did see it all going down. It was pretty insane.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's been
that's crazy.
well, actually,
Well,
GameStop just had another movement too. Like it went back up to like $270 like
Yeah, I
two
saw
days.
that. Yeah, it was like
But now
a
it's
that's
couple days ago.
ridiculous.
now it's going down again. It's
But
at
I mean, they're
190.
they're already in the crapshoot anyways, so why not milk it, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but it's funny. It's crazy to see all that happening nowadays. Where before, like, you would never think this would happen. Like, you wouldn't think retail investors would have this much control for, in the market.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally suggest, Jake, if you want to dabble in some investing, you know, try out Robinhood,
Mm.
or just do something simple. You don't have to put all your money in, but it's also good to know how to, because
Well,
the
I
resources
will.
there.
I will say I've got about $400 in Pokemon cards right now.
Are you serious?
Base set, baby. Not first edition, base set.
Oh shit.
I got some Alakazams. I got some Mewtwo's, Raichu's,
You know, I've been
Zapdoses.
I've been really wanting to do that shit.
Sick. There's a hobby shop, and when Logan Paul made his first video, I felt like some warm fuzzies in my stomach because I've been playing Pokemon all my life. So I put like all of my graduation money, and I bought like a bunch of Pokemon cards. I haven't added it up because I've just put them in my safe and kind of forgot about it. But I have a website that estimates the value of each one. It's definitely gone up.
That's crazy.
It's fun, and it's like a tangible item, but it's tough because you can't, like a cryptocurrency, you can't just hit a button and sell it. You gotta find a buyer, and you gotta
Yeah.
be a little bit more patient.
Yeah,
But
but
that's,
there's always buyers. Like, what's so interesting to me about niche markets like that is like the 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 value that some of these things have that you would never guess could, potentially pay out as much. Like,
yeah.
now you're talking, like, we're talking about Pokemon cards, but now there's things that people are selling. And I can't fucking remember, but I heard in a podcast it's like digital badges that you
Oh,
can sell
NFT.
online. Yeah, NFTs. You can now sell those for thousands and thousands. Like, I think some guy took a picture of his titty and he sold it for 5K, dude, off the
Not
bat.
Nyan Cat. The Nyan Cat went for like 700,000.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the prices of my Pokemon cards here. I'm not gonna go through every one, but the Alakazam that I bought on eBay 4 months ago for twenty
How much?
dollars is now worth $55. I have three Raichus that I bought for $10 each. They're now worth $40, and a lot of other ones. I won't get into everything, but kind of investing, kind of getting the job done.
Yeah. That's a form of a type of investment. It's not like your traditional, but it's definitely a form. Not
I like to,
everything needs to be traditional to make money, right? So,
I like to hold on to my youth.
yeah.
I want to be a little boy forever and have fun.
Well, you can do that in this day and age now.
You
But
know, oh, well, that was a good topic. I think it's time to kind of switch gears here. Maybe when Daniel gets back,
yeah.
I want to kind of steer our next topping point to a lighter note, more of a personal story. One of my favorite stories between the three of us that we share. This is a story we've told many times to many different people. I'd love to kind of take the lead. You guys are welcome to jump in at any point and share perspectives and whatever. So this story goes back about 3 years ago, right when I was on I want to say the cusp of kind of being an independent teen, like not needing an adult supervision. I was 15, 16, and my mom had a pretty tight leash on me. Um, but to my surprise, these two beautiful people that I'm doing this podcast with showed up to my house, and they kidnapped me. They said, "Jake, we're here. Hello." I said, "Hello. I'm so excited." They said, "We want to take you away to a magical trip. We have an Airbnb, and we want to go to a theme park tomorrow. Would you care to join us?" I said, "Of course." And my mom let me go, and it was honestly one of the best experiences I have, like top 5 moments in my life. So thank
Well,
you.
we met your mom before to make sure, like,
I know you
Oh
did, but
yeah.
she told me after she was still pretty reluctant because she's got her whole germ thing and she didn't get a scope out the Airbnb, but she let me go. And we went to Smoky Bones, had some ribs, went to Walmart at midnight, bought some remotes for the Switch, played some Mario Party, got smoked at the last minute by Melissa's 15 bonus stars.
Fucking
what the heck?
bullshit.
That was
Oh,
so
she
stupid.
That was bullshit.
we played for 2 hours just to like the person that was in last place. We're gonna let them.
Ended up, they just gave them the win.
Yeah. But this story kind of is gonna take a turn because we decided to go to Busch Gardens. Easy graciously bought us tickets, or he had tickets or whatever, but he took us to Busch Gardens and we had a lovely time. Around came noon and it was time to have a snack. I think Easy had a pretzel. Daniel might have had popcorn or whatever.
No, I
I
don't think I.
chose whatever. I know what I had.
Yeah.
I had a 3 foot long giant stick of cotton candy that was bluer than Easy sweater right
Yeah.
there.
Right as you were eating it, I told you, Jake, don't eat that.
Don't eat it. Don't
Don't
do
eat
it.
that. You're gonna
But I
throw
did.
up.
And I ate the entire thing. And to make it worse, I was in a wheelchair. Easy was in a wheelchair.
Oh
So we
yeah.
got
I
we
totally
got some
forgot.
we got some roller coaster fast passes and we're going cheetah hunt, Cobra's curse, back to back to back to back to back and forth. Every ride. The last ride we went on to
Covers
was Cobra's curse. It's a chill
Oh.
ride except for at the end they do the spin, and that didn't go good with my tum tum. So we're spinning, we're about done. As we started spinning, I'm like, this isn't good. Daniel was sitting next to me. He notices cheeks and he's signaling we got an issue. This kid's got radioactive blue liquid about to come out of his mouth. The bars I can't get out. He's taking forever. I just look. I've already thrown up. It's in my mouth. I just release on the bar.
and like
On my white shirt. I think it's this shirt. It's this shirt. My mom blessed me and saved it. But the liquid onto the bar. It's on the bar. It's on my shirt. It's on my front. Pop off the ride. Immediately pop off the shirt. I mean, It's still on my shoe.
your
It's on my.
wheelchair to get
It's
dirt
on my legs. I will. Yeah, shirt right off. And then here's where it gets bad though. Easy can translate for us. Lovely Hispanic family. Some kid's got a broken arm, so they gave him a fast pass too. And they've got 8 members of the family loading up. They're
and then
going,
a little girl.
going fast. They're excited going Cobra's Curse. They've been,
That was so
I
fucking
don't know.
hilarious.
They go to Cobra's Curse. They go right where I was sitting. Hands are about to go in the bar. Let's give context. We see a boy shirtless, covered in blue liquid, exit a ride. We see 4 other people signaling, no, no, don't touch. It's it's no bueno, no bueno. And then hands onto the bar, fingers full of
Oh fuck.
blue
There was a little tiny girl
blue bowel juice,
yelling at her to stop.
and she screams. Me, Melissa, run away. She was pushing me. She's the nurse in training
I pushed you.
at the time. Someone did. We got out there quick. Easy. Do you remember what the
Dude,
mother said to the daughter?
she's just. Oh my god. I was the one that stood behind because it took me forever because I was on that automatic fucking wheelchair. But all I
Yeah.
remember was that the girl literally grabs onto your like freaking throw up, and she's like, ah! Like she's screaming to the top of her lungs, like, ew, what the frick? And the mom's like, I told you not to touch the bar, blah, 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 yelling at her, but in Spanish. And she was like, pinche pendeja, like calling her stupid and retarded. That's such a Hispanic mom thing to do. And oh my gosh, the funniest part for me though was as soon as because I had not known you threw up until I fully got off the ride and you were taking off your shirt.
Yeah.
Because me and Melissa were like talking about how great the ride was. It was crazy, like all the spinning and all the thing. And then it was funny because Melissa's like, I felt like I was gonna throw up at one point, and I was like, yeah, I know. I saw you, and then all of a sudden we're getting off the ride, and I see a shirtless Jake running to his wheelchair with he's just drenched in like blue.
Blue.
I'm like,
Blue.
what the fuck just happened right now? And then you're like, I threw up, we gotta go now, we gotta go now. And I turn around, and this family's boarding the ride, and me, Jake, Dan were like, no, stop, don't go in the ride, don't go. And the girl's like, boop. Oh my god, it was hilarious. That was
And then
hilarious.
Melissa took me to the bathroom, but first we stopped in the gift shop. I got a Cobra's Curse, the ugliest shirt ever. It's like brown, camouflage with like a giant cobra, tackiest shirt ever. It fell apart, like the strings. You know when you get like a little string and you pull on it in your shirt? The whole shirt, there's like 500 of those where you just pull. But yeah, I went to the bathroom, we called it a day, got pizza after. But I'll never forget that, man, let me tell you.
Didn't you like waste all your money on that dumbass t-shirt too? It's like $50 or something.
It was a good $30 t-shirt. I remember I bought cotton candy. I played a few arcade games and I bought an overpriced t-shirt.
Spent some money.
That was
We
a
just
fun
had our
trip.
But we're
dining.
we're forever bonded by that day, and I wouldn't give it back for the world.
I know.
I don't know what like what I don't know what how did we plan that, Daniel? Because I can't fully remember why we planned it. Because it
Because
wasn't.
you already had passes. You had two passes, like season passes, I think,
Hmm.
and you already wanted to go. And then since you were in the wheelchair, you figured you'd be able to like skip the lines. Well, you'd be in a wheelchair, not like in a wheelchair. But. And
Yeah.
then we were like, well, Jake's up there. Maybe we could surprise him. Because I think it was your birthday, Easy.
No, it
So
was
that,
in the. Oh, it was Yeezy's, yeah.
Well, it was
Because
my birthday.
it was in November, right?
Hmm.
uh-huh. So it was Easy's birthday, and he wanted to go to Busch Gardens. We were like, well, why not kidnap Jake? Then we kidnapped you.
Yeah.
It took
A
a
good
lot.
time.
It took a lot of planning though, because we were taught. We called your mom. Or no, we called your dad first.
Hmm.
And your dad's like, "Oh, that's so sick. That's awesome. You guys are, he's gonna be so happy, blah, 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 but you're gonna have to call his mom and da da da." So we're like, "Oh crap, we have to call your mom." And like, I didn't know your mom because I think that
I,
was the issue. Was like we knew like your dad was gonna be okay with it, but your mom didn't know me like well. So we
my,
were kind of
because
like,
whenever I visit you, the first time ever, my mom took me, and I never went to Daniel's house. We went to Reeves' house. We got a hotel for the night, and we went to like Outback, and it was a nice day thing. And then several times after that, my dad had taken me up, and he let me stay at Daniel's house, and I've had a few sleepovers there. Met you, he met you, shook your hand, that whole
hmm.
deal. I think I know a lot about David Dobrik. I watched him for many years. I would get very excited whenever he would upload. He inspired me to want to vlog. Whole shebang. I've seen every one of his videos 3 times over. At one point, he decided to do a prank on his friend Seth, and the prank was you're gonna kiss Corinna Cobb, this extremely beautiful girl, but she's gonna be wearing an old man mask. So that's the joke. Haha, funny, funny. So Corinna leaves the room, comes back in with a mask on, sits down on the couch. Seth starts kissing the person who's wearing the mask. That person is actually Jason Nash, the 45-year-old man. So, haha, funny prank, super funny. Go on.
So
Cut, cut to a year later, I think. They do it again, except way bigger budget. They send Seth a fake email saying he booked a beef jerky commercial. And he comes on set. He's ready to get paid, record a commercial. It's going to be an awesome day for Seth. And the commercial is like there's a sexy scene where he's kissing like
mm,
a girl gorilla. He kisses the girl, or he kisses someone in a gorilla suit who he thinks is a girl. Mask comes off. It's Jason Nash again. David comes out laughing hysterically. Now he came on to the Frenemies podcast, which recently was just hosted by Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas.
Yeah,
Ethan,
Trisha.
Yeah, Trisha used to
I
date
love that
Jason.
podcast.
It's very funny. I'm a big fan as well. Trisha has been talking a lot of smack about David, and rightfully so, because he's done some messed up things that have kind of just been pushed under the rug because everyone thinks it's funny and he's a saint, yada yada yada.
One thing
So
I do want to address though, before you move
yeah,
on in the topic, he not only like fucks with Seth, he does it to like everyone in the Vlog Squad group. Like Big Nick. Remember Big Nick?
sure,
He was on the vlogs. He's the kid they used to make fun of because of his height, because
yeah,
he was like 3'11" or something, and he was very short because he had like a you know
spine problem.
yeah, and they would always make fun of him, his height, and he was okay with it. Like in a sense, when you're playing, when you're the victim in those situations, and you're with like a group of people that you want to impress and all these things, the trauma doesn't happen till afterwards. To like
Yeah,
you get to see what really happens after the fact. Like this kid would go, Big Nick would go to like grocery stores. He would go to go out with his friends to eat lunch or something, and then you would have like a whole mob of people calling him out like for his height, talking real like being really vicious towards him, like, and it's like it's not cool, living like that your whole life because, of a 30-minute video. So it's like so that's basically another thing to address, and he's done it to like many of his
yeah.
crew, and he does it because he wants the cash.
So, I, so didn't the Seth dude, Jake? There was like their text that he was actually like he
He,
voluntarily agreed to it.
he said, yeah, I think the second time he said he was down. He wanted to do it again. He said, "Go ahead and do it." Funny, I
Yeah,
want the clout
wow.
because Scotty Sire came out and said that. And this, I mean, this is a rabbit hole. We could talk about this for 5 episodes. I mean, because it just goes back and forth between Trish and the members of the Vlog Squad saying stuff. But the moral of the story is apparently now Seth went on to the Frenemies podcast, said how this whole video, these two things that he did, it's messed up his life. His family looks at him different. He's having a hard time doing this or that. I'm not going to quote anything directly because I've only seen short clips. And whenever something bad happens to someone and they're in the spotlight for doing something bad, everybody else comes out and says, "Yeah, he did this to me too, and he did this, and he did this." So I don't know. I like David Dobrik a lot. He made a video apologizing. I don't think that's enough. That fixes the problem. But I don't know. I'm.
I mean,
It's tough because
there's more to it, obviously, because you forgot to go over the fact that the first time it wasn't consent.
that's true.
The
It's
first time when so David had tried to put in a little like clip as like with him discussing the terms and discussing the actual thing he wanted to do to Seth, and Seth goes, "How am I going to consent to something that I'm not supposed to know about?" Right? He put that clip, and that's the only thing he said in that clip, and then it cuts to the scene where he's about to make out with Jason in a old man mask or something.
and a thing
So
too. I mean, Seth's in a bad. I think you at the time he was in a bad situation, and most of the people that David vlogged with when this first event happened, they were all had didn't have a lot of money. They were in bad positions in their lives. David was giving them clout from his vlogs, and they were willing to do anything to get into a 20-second clip in one of David's vlogs. And kind of having your do these twisted things to your friends, where they're like, "That's really messed up," and this is messing with my life in the long term. But short term, this got me some Instagram followers, and at the time, I feel good about it. But 2 years later, it doesn't sit well with me.
well, yeah, he did it with Corinna, like when she was like she had no job. She was like begging for money. David Dobrik offered her like $500 to get a tattoo of him on.
David on his finger.
Yeah, and it was like he wanted to make that a vlog, and he's like, hey, we'll do a vlog of you getting a tattoo of me, but I'll only pay you $500. It's like, and you're gonna have this tattoo for the rest of your life, and it's like, it's stupid crap like that. Like, I mean, like it doesn't offend, like it's not about like okay, David Dobrik offered them money and stuff like that. It's about like the victim itself, who went through that trauma or whatever. And you again, like Jake said, you can go through this in any way, shape, or form. Like you can be on David's side and see his perspective. You can be on the victim side, but it's more or less the victim that has a say in this because it's like they were in vulnerable times and there was just
and
things
they
that
and they needed the help, and this was their way to get help.
yeah. So and it's a whole rabbit hole, like you said, Jake. It's like you can go on and on and on about
I
this whole
I
thing.
welcome anyone who's listening to this. Go check out Frenemies. Look at their perspective. They have well quoted and well credible sources, and they talk facts and what's actually happened. Look at David's side. He just made an apology video on his Views channel, sharing his perspective. But personally, the only thing that bugs me is David's you at the time was using his friends when they're in a bad situation, giving them money and followers to do kind of messed up things that are it's messing with their lives and it's
I
catching
mean,
up with them.
well, Danny Duncan, he'll pay his friends to like maybe eat something gross or like in his latest video, somebody just got like a belly button piercing tattoo.
I saw
And
that. Yeah,
nobody's really seeing a problem with that.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
the situation is
I
a
have a
little different.
problem. I have a for me individually. I have a problem with all these stupid ass YouTubers who do that crap. Like it's like you know they get all this content is not new. It's the same crap recycled over and over again, and the algorithm is cucked on freaking YouTube. You got all these people. And you know what? This is gonna tie into the James Charles crap because it's ridiculous. It's been around for generations and generations, where famous, overly powered, egotistical people in this universe have all this money, have all this playtime, and they sexually abuse, sexually assault children. Like, what kind of fucked up shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like who are you to just target individuals who yet again are vulnerable, who don't have judgment processing in their brain. They're not fully developed to make these choices, yet you're going out and targeting these young individuals uh, for your own pleasure, and that just kind of fucking gets me so pissed off. Like, you got the Lopez brothers, who, quite frankly, like, are the sickest individuals on earth for like sexually assaulting. Well, not even assaulting. Like, they sexually raped a 14-year-old, and they were on the phone. I think the mom of one of the daughters that the Lopez brothers were sexually engaging with their mother called them, and this was all recorded. Like, she literally was stating like, you can get in a lot of trouble for this, that I'm gonna call the cops. And this guy, and it's crazy because the guy understood, like, the whole conversation. He was not denying it. He wasn't he wasn't saying, oh, it was a mistake, I'm sorry. Like, this guy was like, yeah, I know, yeah, I understand, okay, we can meet up, let's talk. Like, what the fuck? Like, these people are so fully aware. And this ties into James Charles, because when you look at the situation with James Charles, this guy is a perfect example of this fucking this disgusting world we live in. He's the epitome of what it looks like. This guy literally okay, so the whole story, I don't know exactly what it is, because again, I got this information
Yeah,
Before
me
we
neither.
get
from
before we get into James Charles, I want to circle back a little bit,
okay,
and
yeah,
because
let's do
Daniel
it.
made a point about Danny Duncan, and I'm also a big fan of Danny Duncan. I did see his newest video where he had a belly button pierced, and I
Did
think
you
it's
care?
a. I didn't care. I like Danny. I like all his videos. I have a gut feeling that he really does care about the people that he works with and the people that are in his videos, and he can kind of maybe push the line a little bit. But I think doing a stunt, like getting a piercing or jumping a bike over a dirt hill, is very different than tricking someone into kissing a man, an old man.
Yeah, but also tattoos were brought up, and his
Oh,
friend also
Danny
got
Duncan never tattooed anyone, did he?
no in that same video.
No, but
latest.
this is
He tattooed
different.
his lip. He tattooed his lip.
No, no, like his friend got a picture of Danny on his
Well,
leg.
I think he wanted to. And well,
Here's the thing: is
that's the
that
difference. Because he didn't know. He didn't consent. He didn't consent to kissing
no,
Jason
but he's
the
talking
first
about
time.
the tattoo thing, and I think the thing about that is that Corinna was in, you know, she was in a different situation than these guys. I would assume because she was broke.
Slightly.
She was
Well, no,
very.
so the other dude also is broke right now, and he has lawyer fees because Danny was joking. He's like, "How you gonna pay your lawyer fees?"
Well, then
So I mean,
that's equally as fucked
but
up. Then that's what I'm saying.
well, I don't know.
The only thing I don't like about the kissing thing, where it really bothers me, it's one, he's tricking. He didn't give full consent. He doesn't get anything directly out of it. He didn't say, "I'll give you $500 to kiss Jason." It's a
Yeah,
loose thing. Maybe you'll get some followers. I'm tricking you into doing it. His family, I know he said, is from the Comptons. They're a very conservative family. His family didn't like that he did that. It just messed with him for a long time, and it's going to stick with him for a long time. And once again, he never fully consented. He was tricked into doing it. The second time he did, but the first time he didn't. And I think it's easier to do it the second time. Like, well, I already did it, and I might as well just do it again. And you get kind of messed up in the head too
well,
when you already crossed the line.
I was just more so addressing like making your friends do stuff for money.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
Like,
Corinna and David Dobrik weren't friends like that. Like when that happened, when
I
she
think
was first getting the
they were
tattoo.
childhood friends. They went to the same high school together. And honestly, I don't think that one's as big of a deal. If you're consenting to someone and someone says, "I will give you this amount of money for it," you say, "Yeah, I'll do that." I think that's very different than this whole scandal. And that's the reason why this is an issue and none of these other things are being talked about.
That's true.
Because there was
yeah,
no consent. It's emotionally messing with him. He's coming out to say that it emotionally messed with him. It messed with his family. It messed with his career. It messed with his relationships. He had a girlfriend
Yeah,
at the time.
like put yourself in that position. Like like one of us are at a party and then all of a sudden we get pranked into making out. Like this was like full on tongue, bro. Like this
Yeah,
wasn't like a little peck on the fucking lips. This was
I'm not
like
questioning this
like
one.
like this is like tongue twisting on the fucking mouth. Like it's fucking crazy the video. I mean, like, think about it, and then all of a sudden you just see this mask being pulled off, and it's a fucking
I would
54-year-old
be
guy.
absolutely traumatized. I don't know, and I think he
That's fucked
was,
up.
and he's got to be tough. He does, because I think a lot of men, they're like, I don't want to be like a little bitch about it. And be like, no, you tricked me. I kissed a guy, and be like, ah, funny joke, you got me. I guess I get some followers, and you got to be tough about it. But I think over time, stuff like that wears on you,
Yeah.
and it did, and there was no consent, and that's why I have an issue with it. I don't have any issues with any of them because there's consent. There's a verbal agreement. You do this, I'm going to give you this, and
Yeah,
that's the case in any major media source. There's people who sign up to do crazy things, same-sex kissing, jumping off of buildings, jumping a dirt bike, doing this, doing that, getting tattoos, and they're verbally agreeing a contract to say, "I'm going to do this for your show, and you're going to give me $500." There's verbal consent. There's a verbal agreement, and that's why I have no issue with any of the other things.
no, yeah, that's why I was defending that thing.
Yeah,
I don't have issues with that.
Okay. So then I guess
James Charles.
yeah. So
Yeah,
this fucking douchebag. Anyways, I
Yeah,
fucking
go ahead.
hate people like this. I hate
Well,
fucking predators. I would kill to just have 20 seconds in a room with people like that. Um, it's disgusting, bro. Like this. So the whole thing that happened was James Charles was on social media. He claims to have this kid who was like 16 years old at the time. He claims that the kid reached out to James Charles asking or adding him on Snapchat, then trying to communicate with James Charles and all this bullshit, and you know asked to take solicited photos. But then the story switches around because the kid actually says no for a fact that James Charles added him on Snapchat, right? and James
Mhm.
Charles reached out to him, inciting a conversation with the kid. Didn't ask for any information like in regards to his age. All he wanted to do was get naked photos of him, ask for armpit pictures, which is like the biggest meme right now. It's like oh no, James Charles is asking for an armpit picture because he likes hairy guys or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, so like and it's all literally documented. Like the kid has receipts. The kid said that he has like like hundreds of naked photos of him. And then this stupid ass PR move that James Charles did was to go out on Twitter and say, "I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't know until after the fact." Um, and then he victim blamed basically. He was victim blaming the kid, saying that he was the one that made all this happen when it was really James Charles. But um, the one thing that pissed me off is that when he addressed the situation, he goes, "Next time, I'll make sure to ask for ID." It's like, what are you talking about? First of all, like, what next time? Like, you should be in prison. You should go to jail. Like, child pornography is you can go to prison for that. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing going on. He's still getting partnerships with fucking all these beauty brands. He's still getting partnerships with Chipotle. He's doing all this fucking shit right behind the scenes, and it's out there. This information is out there, but nothing's happening because this guy has money. He has lawyers. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's fucking stupid. Like, and like this whole sex ring thing is ultimately true because you saw it in the Epstein case. A lot of these rich, powerful people like literally fly to different countries, and it's all documented. Like these people go out to different countries because of the sex age. Um, uh, is lower. Like you can have sex with children at like 14 years old. All this stuff. Consent is at a much younger age, which is stupid because a lot of those age groups don't even have that judgment fully developed in their mentalities. So it's like fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to defend a predator, but I fucking
No, I mean he's. I
he's
don't
scum
really
of the
follow
earth.
this type of drama that much.
He's scum of
I
the earth.
know it exists, and I don't know. He's been in this situation before, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been in
Where
this
he's
situation
had
before.
major allegations made against him with credible sources, and they just disappear.
Yep.
He doesn't get affected by it. He keeps all of his branding, all of his sponsorships. I mean, the only time he was really hurt is when another makeup person, I think her name was Tati, whatever,
oh,
just
that.
she
That
made.
bullshit.
I didn't even watch the whole video, but I know he lost millions of subscribers. I don't think that had anything to do with predatorial stuff, but he the you're right though. It's very frustrating when the powerful are able to overcome these mistakes that they made that shouldn't be forgiven and just dismiss it like nothing happened because they're powerful, they have money, they have influence, and they just make stuff that shouldn't disappear.
And you know,
Did you
and
get the Epstein thing on Netflix?
Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
watch that, but I heard a lot about it.
I would watch that. That thing was very interesting,
All
and
right.
like the amount of like higher up people involved is
hmm
like astounding.
oh
Like
yeah, dude, it's everyone in
Prince
Hollywood plus everyone in
Hollywood, yeah,
politics. It's a lot of
editors,
uh, a lot of
president.
links. But here's the thing, like you talk about all this, right? And you really, it's really hard to believe sometimes because you're just not in that sort of environment. And I think a lot of times when you look at these, new um, celebrities or public figures or whatever you want to fucking call them, I don't think they're anything special, but when you look at these people, these individuals, and you look at the demographic of their fan base, a lot of the people who watch them are below the age of 20 years old. Like most of them, like the demographic, 75% of them are like under the age of 20, right? They don't
I'm
they
still
don't
going.
they don't understand the context of what's actually going on, right? It's
They
all
don't.
filibuster for them. It's not like they just don't see it, and it just takes It takes time for this stuff to go out. That's why it took time for Jeffrey Epstein to get caught and all these other people to get caught. That's why it took time for fucking OJ. No, not OJ. What the fuck am I saying? R. Kelly is what I meant to say. It took a while for R. Kelly to get finally, criminalized for his actions. So it's like the list goes on and on. And again, this is another rabbit hole that you can make 20,000 episodes on, but it's crazy.
The the Minecraft community is popular with allegations like that because I guess they have younger fan bases a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, there's a lot of Minecraft YouTubers that have been accused of stuff.
Yeah. Like and also, I mean, have you guys ever watched Mini Lad? He was like on the Vaynos
Oh
group.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
he just got caught fucking soliciting pictures and sexually uh abusing a freaking 16 and 17-year-old dude. And he's just been blacklisted on YouTube. He's not getting any views anymore. Like he's cucked. But like things like that I wish happened to every YouTuber, but it
Yeah.
doesn't. Because again, a lot of the fan base for these new upcoming stars in YouTube are very, very young, and they don't understand. They defend their idol, their public figure. They're always like, "Oh no," especially when it comes to people like James Charles, David Dobrik, all these other people that are out there, the Lopez brothers. Like, it's stupid.
And that's the thing about the internet. There's so much new news, and there's always a new scandal. There's always a new allegation. So if you can just keep your head down long enough and don't say anything stupid, time passes and people forget. And these horrible things that these creators do, it just slips away and people forget about it. And that's life as usual for a lot of them.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts,
There's
crazy.
no repercussions.
Mm-mm.
I think the biggest repercussion that's ever happened on YouTube was the Suicide Force with Logan Paul, because he lost his a lot of sponsorships, he lost movie deals, he lost a lot of stuff, and it has been a long road for him to kind of climb back up. And I don't watch his content, but I've seen it, and I think it's decent, and I think he's kind of come into himself as a creator. But that's the type of stuff I like to see. I like people to have to work for it, lose all their stuff, and have to regain it,
Well,
and
Jake,
that doesn't
I mean,
happen.
the Paul
Do you?
brothers in general are an example of that because even Jake
Yeah.
Paul went through that same episode where he lost everything, right? And now he's
Well,
one of the
it,
hottest. He's one of the hottest like um freaking
What
uh entertainers of this generation. Like he's in a sport that like nobody would have ever thought of making millions of dollars as a freaking
YouTuber.
goofball?
YouTuber and also as a freaking these aren't even real boxing matches. These are expeditions and he's getting millions and millions of dollars from them. So this is like it's crazy to see how people can bounce back from
Yeah,
allegations and stuff.
Jake Paul, he did a lot of dumb stuff, but he never did
He was
anything
never
morally
like
messed up, did
he
he?
didn't.
No, no, I didn't. I wasn't. No, I'm just saying in an
I
example.
forget. I know you didn't imply that. I just
No,
forget what.
I'm not implying that he did, but I'm just saying, he was at a point where like, he was losing a lot of followers because
His
of
career has
just
died many times, and he's had to reinvent himself and kind of climb back
Well,
up.
it kind of dies because you have like all the older people that hate him, but then he still had that younger fan base. So like he would just keep uploading and keep getting mad views because like the younger people don't really
yeah,
care and know what's happening.
there you go. And that's my example is what I was trying to do, trying to
I
give is
see
like
He
the
hated
younger
Logan.
people don't understand and they
the
just
messed
defend
up
their
things.
idols and then it's just like, you know,
They're
just
able
move
to
forward.
survive.
Yeah, they're surviving.
But what's did you see the new uh boxing event for the
I'm so
YouTubers versus
excited.
TikTokers?
I'm so excited. I think that's a good
I don't
idea
watch.
because it's not serious. Did you see that, Easy?
I have no clue. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
I'll send you. Let me.
Danny
Yeah,
Duncan's gonna fight on it.
I can send you a picture of all the things, and I think right now we should put it up on the screen for our viewers to see. I'm gonna text you a picture of it really quick.
Bryce Hall is fighting. He's a TikToker that everybody hates pretty
But
much.
yeah, the event is YouTubers versus
Isn't he the
TikTokers.
one that's dating Addison Rae or whatever her freaking name is?
I cheated on her.
Yeah,
Dude, that Bryce Hall kid is such a oh my god, dude. He has such a punchable face.
Yeah.
I hate him so
Really.
much.
No one really likes him.
Except a bunch of 12-year-old girls.
Yeah. Oh, no, and dudes, remember that little video I showed you, Jake, of Bryce Hall, the dude shotgunning?
Bryce Hall,
hmm
shotguns, sprites for Bryce Hall.
He shotgun sodas every day until Bryce Hall notices him.
That's my favorite. I'm
Godly.
trying to send this to you.
But yeah, it's gonna be like a massive event, and apparently Jake Paul is trying to get on the card.
I'm gonna watch. I think I don't mind the YouTuber boxing. I think it's entertaining.
Yeah,
It's
well, and this one's strictly YouTuber. YouTubers versus TikTokers.
and I think that's a fun gimmick because I want to see a lot of those people punched in the face. I put it in talking points if you want to
I
gander at
really
it.
want to see Jake Paul get finished by Ben Askren though.
I'm so excited. I want him to be defeated because every time he wins against the people who don't even box, these people who haven't even trained, his
Well, Ben
ego gets
Askren's
bigger
gonna
and
box.
bigger.
He's
He
gonna
doesn't
do that.
box, but he's a fighter, and that's what
Yeah,
I have a lot of hope.
he's not going in trying to like learn how to actually box. He's just gonna make it
Scrap.
a scripty fight.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of people on here I kind of know, and I'm really excited to see who Danny Duncan's gonna fight. I'm a big fan of Danny. He's gonna kick whoever he fights butts because Danny's just a natural athlete, and I love him.
No, yeah, I'm very excited for this. Tanner
Uh,
Fogg, massive name. FaZe Jarvis, that's a massive name.
I can't wait for Deji to make a comeback.
Deji.
I know Vinny Hacker. I've seen some of his TikToks. He's just your
I know.
standard thirst trap boy. Deji should be able to win. I don't know.
Oh my God, YouTubers versus TikTokers.
I'm so excited to see Austin versus Bryce.
Taylor Holder's really good at boxing.
That should be interesting. Yeah, depending on who he
That dude
fights.
actually knows how to.
Is
Yeah,
this actually a thing? Oh my God.
but Taylor Holder actually knows how to box. So I don't know who he's gonna fight.
Oh, this is so fucking dad.
I think Taylor Holder could actually like box Jake Paul probably. From the little
Yeah,
clips I've seen with him,
yeah, why not?
This is
because he actually like knows what he's doing. Like
Battle
a
of
little,
the Platforms. Oh my gosh.
It's it's
it'd
it's
be great.
cheesy, but it's a fun gimmick. I'm excited.
Dude, this is ruining the sport, bro.
I know. I feel bad for you because
But
you have deep love for
dude,
boxing.
I fucking
It kind of
love this
discredits
sport,
it.
man. I love
Well,
this
but
sport.
I don't think this one's discrediting. We don't have like pros on the card.
It's but it what it does is it incites this type of like it puts this spin on boxing like okay, you know, like and there is a lot of uh
I
like
can't.
there's a lot of combat athletes, right? Sportsman athletes that are now taking the bid. Like they're actually okay. Now it's not about the sport anymore. It's about the money. And you know, I'm not against anyone getting the fucking bag, all right? Like that's just whatever. I don't give a shit about that. What I care about is the integrity of the sport, right? And I mean,
Wait,
if this means that, you know, like this shouldn't be considered boxing is what I'm saying. This should be considered like its own unique
It's
thing.
not gonna be like a pro match.
wait. Can I read
But that's
something
not
really
that
quick?
exactly, and you might understand that, right, Daniel? You might understand that it might not be a pro match, right? But
Yeah.
you got people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, who are dishing out to you know, the different or
From a,
embodiments of the sport, like the WBC, making themselves belts. You know,
yeah.
saying
Well,
that they're what they're implying is that they are pro and they're not. When Floyd
That's what
Mayweather,
annoys.
what
That
Floyd,
annoys me too.
yeah, and what Floyd Mayweather had discussed, and Canelo Alvarez too, is that this is not a great look because then you have all this false information floating around that I'm actually fighting real boxing matches even though I'm fighting 2 minute 6 round matches for a main event. That's not a fucking boxing. That's an exhibition. Exhibitions aren't real. It's not counted. It's not like it's not a thing, right? I mean,
It
I like what me. I love watching freaking what is that fucking Barstool Fighting YouTube channel. Rough and Rowdy, dude, I love that shit. You get some really crazy mofos in there just dishing it out. And I honestly like the women fighting because the women fighting is insane in that freaking channel. But like I said, they don't count it as a real sport. That's something that I respect because it's entertainment. What this is, it's like literal people think that they're actually a pro fighting
Yeah,
other non-pros, and they create this whole amplification on that, right? And it's like
that's
it's stupid. I hate it, and I don't like it. And a lot
that's
of
what it.
and here's my problem too. I understand that this is for the bag. I understand that this is to make money, but you have people who've trained their whole lives ever since they were kids, children. They worked hard. They lived in poverty. They they fucking, went through obstacles to get where they're at professionally just to see some bozo who makes vlogs about their family and pranks or whatever the fuck, kissing males or whatever the hell, making millions of dollars doing that, and then saying, "Oh, let me get into this and become another superstar in a different, area." It's like it's offensive to those guys, not to me. Like, me, it's just integrity of the sport. But then you got other people who are actually professionals in the sport that are offended by this. It's kind of, I just don't like it. But
And
it's
that's
fun.
what
It's fun. It's entertaining. But I don't like how they just assume it's the real thing. It's not.
that's what annoys me is too. Is Jake Paul, Logan Paul, calling out these very credible fighters who have worked their whole lives to get who they are, and they just want to throw money at them and make some big flashy event and kind of discredit what they've been doing
Yeah.
their whole life. I think as long as they don't make this a big deal and super serious, it'll be a fun thing to watch, and I'm all for it.
And I don't think it is very serious because again, I didn't even hear about this until now. So
Can I take a minute to read this article because it's honestly very funny?
okay.
So I'm skipping a few paragraphs, but the main event will feature YouTuber, family vlogger Austin McBroom facing off against Sway LA founder Bryce Hall. On the undercard are YouTuber and former Jake Paul opponent Deji versus TikTok's Vinny Hacker, blogger and rapper DDG versus TikTok multi
Vlogger.
hyper Nate. I don't know if I said that right. I can't read. Nate White, gamer Face Jarvis versus dance phenomenon Michael Lee, and Tanner Fox versus Nick Austin. Comedian prankster Danny Duncan and TikTok pop heartthrob Taylor Holder will also get in the ring as yet unknown opponents will be voted into the event by fans. I think their titles are hilarious. YouTube family vlogger, Sway LA founder, TikTok heartthrob, dance phenomenon, gamer FaZe Jarvis, vlogger and rapper. I mean, you just got people from all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know half these people. Like the only person I recognize is probably Bryce
If
Hall, but because I've
if
seen
any of
memes
the
about him.
fights are as tenth as good as the Scarce versus Hootie fight,
Raka Raka.
Rock. If any of them are a tenth as good as that fight, I'm all in and I'm excited. That was my favorite fight ever.
Scarce
Remember
got
that one? He just got
shit.
punched in the face for 6 minutes straight. Easy, come on, you remember that, don't you?
I don't
Scarce?
remember. I don't
He was
remember.
the news guy who was really like chungo chungo and lost a bunch of weight.
Wait for the fight.
And he just got his face was just destroyed. And just the little high pitched Asian or Australian guy.
Yeah, I think I remember now.
Come on, this went from another all day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was the best. And that's why I'm excited for amateur boxing. Because it's
This is not
hopefully
amateur boxing, bro.
it's
Amateur boxers would kill these kids.
oh you picked the word. What is it?
This is just entertainment fighting.
Yeah.
It's not even.
It's two unathletic, dancy dance heartthrobs fighting and punching each other in the face.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, and I'm excited. But I see your point where you have these people who have been training their whole lives, and you got these little uh, YouTube
I mean,
personalities thinking they're hot stuff, challenging people.
it's with any
Offer,
sport. It's
yeah,
like with any other sport. Like, you wouldn't want the integrity of the sport you love to go to waste because there's people that just want to use it for a money grab
Yeah.
solely. So it's like whatever. But again, I mean, some things offend me, and then some other things offend others. Like the real professionals would find it very offensive that they assume this is boxing because it's not.
Yeah.
It's literal just wailing and it's rough and rowdy basically. I fucking love rough and rowdy.
That's
Um,
really everything.
I love rough and rowdy. I actually, you know what's crazy is that I was thinking about submitting an application to fight in rough and rowdy
You
Please.
because
can be accountant,
they
accountant
had
versus.
yeah, I know. They had an opening in Miami or Tampa, I'm sorry. I think this coming month the applications are open. So, um I was thinking like, yo, should I actually do this? You know,
Please.
like just to do it for fun and see who I get.
It'd be pretty funny. Watch them put you against like a jack dude.
Yeah, but dude, have you seen those jack dudes fight? They suck. They
A
can't
lot
even
of
throw a punch.
a lot of them are trash.
They're so
Like,
bad. It
there was
just
one dude who was an animal.
yeah, actually there was a Mexican guy who looked overweight, killed a freaking he like murdered this like bodybuilder. It's insane. Because he knew how to box. He just knew basic principles of how to throw a damn punch. And that's the thing, like in reality, people that you walk by or pass by don't know how to fight. They don't.
Yeah.
It's just like these guys. They think spending 6 months semi at the gym is gonna get them to Canelo slash Floyd Mayweather slash Tyson Fury caliber. It's not, dude. These guys fought since they were
Oh,
babies.
like, I've been improving so fast. I think in like 3 years I'll be able to fight Canelo.
Yeah, like what kind of shit is that?
If people who have been boxing their whole lives getting absolutely destroyed by
Yeah,
Canelo, that are like number one contenders.
no, not even number one champions, not even
Oh
contenders,
yeah, well Callum Smith
champions.
was, yeah,
Callum Smith was number one in his division, and he just,
and
he
Yunnan,
literally,
Yunnan.
it was disgusting. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm all for the entertainment part, but
yeah. Well, also, my laptop's gonna die soon, and
Yeah, I was
we'll
actually gonna ask.
yeah.
I think we should wrap up soon.
hmm
yeah. All right. Well, you guys got any end points you want to make? You want to sponsor anything that you like?
No,
No,
no free,
no handouts.
No
no free cloud.
handouts. No handouts for this dead fucking
It's
podcast.
not dead. Gotta give it a chance. We're gonna go
Oh
places.
my god.
I
Yo,
can handle the rest.
I honestly, I'm calling it right now. We're gonna get a fucking cereal sponsor. Kellogg's.
No,
We're
like
gonna fucking
off-brand,
yeah.
uh, PC puffs,
Wheatios.
Guidios.
Or we could
We
just
have
we'll
some
make our own
funny
cereal. We should make a spicy cereal. That'd be cool. Like a spicy sweet cereal.
Choco Chungus, Re.
Dude, I feel like other channels get sponsored by like this healthy cereal. Maybe we'll get that.
I'm
Herb
down. If you're a cereal company and you want to see your cereal, hit us
Herb
up.
But
Herbalife.
you
Herbalife hit me
just
up.
so
All right, I'm about to crush this outro. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This has been UCereal. I'm your host Jake, joined with.
Zeke.
Daniel.
This has been our first episode of UCereal. Make sure you drop a sub and a like, or if you're on Spotify, share with a friend. Check out our TikTok, and if you have any business inquiries, you want to join us on an episode, you want to sponsor us, you want us to eat your cereal, email us at ucerealpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
That was fucking beautiful.
6 years in the making, baby. Professional.